Michelle Roberts, and I'm the Executive Director of the Central High School Foundation. On behalf of the Central High School Foundation, Central High School, and its 35,000 alumni, I'd like to welcome and thank you for attending today's statue unveiling of Gale Sayers. First, I'd like to bring up Charlotte Abram, the Sayers family reverend, to say a few words.
God bless you this evening. Shall we pray? Creator God, we dedicate this statue in honor of and thanksgiving for the flesh and blood man who lived among us, our brother, mentor, loved one, and friend, Gale Sayers. Let this monument encourage all who pass by, that we too can use our physical and mental abilities in loving and compassionate ways, just as Gale did. May it serve as a memory marker, reminding us that, like Gale, we are called to emulate your loving care as we compete within ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, both on and off the field in the game of life. We thank you for the artist who created this statue, for it is a witness to the life and the legacy of Gale Eugene Sayers. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce some special dignitaries we have in today's attendance. City Council Member and Central alumnus, Pete Festerson. City Council Member, Juanita Johnson. Central High School Foundation Board of Directors in attendance today, Dr. Keith Bigsby, Julie Cobb, Dr. Rusty Crossman, Dr. Christy Hayes, Dion Kirksey, Mike Laban, and Marilyn Miller Mosier. Thank you for attending and thank you for your support of Central High School. Today would not be possible without the amazing support of Central alumni and friends that made this project a reality. Gale Sayers, who was an Eagle great, a former Chicago Bears star, and a friend of the Central High School Foundation, passed away on September 23, 2020. Following his death, it was determined by the Central High School Foundation Board of Directors and alumni that a privately funded campaign would be raised in Gale's honor. I'd like to thank our committee members for making this memorial statue a reality. Dr. Rusty Crossman, class of 1966. Dr. Christy Hayes, class of 1973. Rob Likes, class of 1991. Mike Labens, class of 1970. And Roger Sayers, class of 1960. Thank you. I'd like to thank all of our alumni that gave so generously to this project. The class of 1961 for remembering a dear classmate and friend. The Chicago Bears organization for making certain that Gale will always be remembered in his hometown. And Christine Wood, the granddaughter of George Hallis and a close friend of artist Sayers. Our sculptor, Littleton Alston, we couldn't have asked for a better artist. I especially want to thank you for ensuring the design and quality met the expectations of the Sayers family. I can't express to you enough how much I appreciate the time and energy you put in daily to make certain our students and alumni will be proud of the final product. Our general contractor, Sampson Construction, and our architect, Allie Pointer, thank you for always finding a way to make everything possible and truly understanding your client. Making certain every detail is precise and always keeping our alumni and the intent of the project in mind when making critical decisions. Thank you to the Omaha Public Schools and the Omaha Public School Board for your partnership. I'd also like to thank specifically Darwin Rohde for your guidance and insight. And finally, a special thank you to the Central High School's administration and staff, specifically Principal Dion Kirksey and Athletic Director Rob Locken, our security team, our head engineer and his staff, for everything they did to make tonight's ceremony possible. Now I'd like to bring up Mike Labens, President of the Central High School Foundation.
Good evening. As Michelle said, my name is Mike Labens. I'm president of the foundation board, and along with my wife Susan, a proud member of the class of 1970. In 1996, a group of Central alumni, parents, and community members created the Central High School Foundation for the ongoing purpose of developing support and protecting our unique institution, or in short, making sure Central stayed Central, a school with a tradition of excellence. Over the past 26 years, the foundation has been able to provide funding for a variety of activities supporting Central students, staff, and families. To name just a few, these activities include academic tutoring, classroom support, staff development and service support, performing arts and athletic programs support, funding for our PTA, financial aid to Central families impacted by the pandemic, and capital campaigns. The Central High Foundation has been engaged in supporting Central High School in ways our organization's founders would never have imagined, and we are proud of our latest accomplishment, one that is cast in bronze. Tonight we come together to celebrate the life of a great athlete, great educator, great businessman, and great supporter of Central High by unveiling of the statue dedicated to one of Central's most distinguished alumni, Gale Sayers. This monument to Sayers, whose legacy and success in all his endeavors, much like Central High, I know we can all agree is one for the ages and steeped in tradition and excellence. In closing, I want to thank all of you here tonight for helping ensure that Central does not forget its past, continues living successfully in the present, and is planning for its future. The Foundation, along with the Central Alumni Association, is committed to making certain that Central's tradition of excellence continues for the next 164 years. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to bring up Roger Sayers, class of 1960, and the big brother of Gale.
Bear with me, I'm going to try to do this without getting too emotional here. As Michelle has said, I'm Roger, the older brother of Gale. I'm a 1960 graduate of Central High School and a former 8-year member of the Central High School Board of Directors. And I hold the distinct honor of teaching and training Gale in everything he needs. Let's make sure we all understand. Before I start my remarks, I would like to recognize my youngest brother, our youngest brother, Ronnie, and his family. Ronnie, stand. And I wouldn't be a Central alum without recognizing Team Sayers. I don't know, there's students. Team Sayers is one of the 4 academic teams here at Central High School under the direction of Deon Kirksey. And I know there are members out there, just wave. The Team Sayers, we appreciate it. It's not up to me. The story of Gale Sayers, the Kansas Comet, the Chicago Bear, the friendship he had with Brian Piccolo, and his subsequent induction into the NFL Hall of Fame has been told over and over in books, films, and press. However, what is not often written were Gale's accomplishments after football. Bear with me as I kind of follow through this here, go through a list of things that he's accomplished in that regard. After Gale finished his short, all too short professional football career, he returned to the University of Kansas and completed his bachelor's degree in physical education. While he was doing this, he was working as the assistant athletic director. At that same time, he took over one of the major fundraising programs at KU while earning his master's degree in educational administration. He left KU in 1976 to become the athletic director at the Southern Illinois University. In 1982, Gale moved back to Chicago and launched a sports marketing and public relations firm with his wife Artie, and Sayers is called Sayers and Sayers Enterprises. After all of the success he had already accomplished, Gale launched a computer supply business in 1984. This business became a world-class provider of technology products, and it was one of the premier minority businesses in the United States. Gale was subsequently inducted into 2 Chicago area Business Hall of Fame. In recognition of his commitment to education and to technology, to this day, right now, the University of Kansas has established the Gale Sayers Microcomputer Center. Until my freshman year at UNO, Gale and I were always together. We were very close, and as Forrest Gump would say, like peas and carrots. Our parents left Wichita in 1950, and in 1956 I came to Central, guided by teachers who believed that Central was the academic path that I should follow. And as a result, there was no question that Gale was going to follow me at Central. We had experienced a number of moves during that time, but over the next 4 years, Central became the most stable and rewarding element in our environment. The point I want to emphasize is that, especially to the students here, is that Gale realized at a very early age that he could not make a living playing football. At that time, the big salaries were yet to be paid for these football athletes. He knew he had to go back and to prepare himself in part academically. I can't define to you with any precision how much of an impact Central had on his post-football development. However, I know this for an absolute fact because we talked about it on more than one occasion. The learning environment here at Central made you want to be competitive and to succeed. When Gale left Central, he knew he was academically prepared and capable at any level. I ask, as you view this statue, that you just don't remember the athletic success, but you also reflect on the success in the corporate and the community arena, because Central was a major contributing factor. In closing, and on behalf of myself and the Sayers family, I would like to say thank you to the Central High School Foundation and to its alumni, as well as to the Central High staff, the students, the administration, for making this statue and this unveiling tonight possible. A special salute to Michelle Roberts for her never-ending patience with this project, and I cannot imagine any better executive director of high school foundations anywhere in the country. To Littleton, thank you. I and the family appreciate the effort that you have installed in this statue, and I know that once the unveiling takes place, all of Central will share in our appreciation. Thank you just seems to fall short of our approval and gratitude for this memorial. Central, you are amazing, and we appreciate everything. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up our head eagle, Principal Ms. Dion Kirksey.
Good evening. I am Dion Kirksey. I am the proud principal of Omaha Central High School. I would like to thank all of you for attending tonight's Gale Sayers statue unveiling ceremony. Before I start my remarks, I would like to recognize the Omaha Public School dignitaries we have tonight. Dr. Shabana Holman, OPS School Board President, Jane Eckenberger, OPS Vice President, Tracy Cassidy, School Board Member, Ricky Smith, School Board Member, Dr. Cheryl Logan, Omaha Public Schools Superintendent, Susan Christopherson, OPS Chief Academic Officer, Lisa Utterback, Student and Community Service Chief Officer, Charles Wakefield, Chief Operations and Talent Officer, Jeremy Maskell, OPS Chief Communications Officer, and Darwin Rowley, Executive Director of Faculty of Facilities Management. I would also like to introduce two previous Central High principals who are present, Dr. Gary Thompson and Dr. Keith Bixby. Thank you all for being with us this evening. Central High School is proud to call Gale Sayers an Eagle, and I know that Gale was equally proud to say he graduated from Omaha Central High School. While Gale is remembered by most people as a once-in-a-generation football player, at Central High, we remember him as not only as a football player, but as a brother, a husband, a father, a grandfather, an educator, a successful businessman, an entrepreneur, an advocate for equality, and a strong supporter of Central High School. Gale was more than a football player, he was an Eagle. At Central High School, we have always been and we continue to focus on the preparation of young people for their life journeys and their responsibilities as citizens of their community. For the past 163 years, young people from all over the metro have been coming to this downtown high school to access a well-rounded academic experience that prepares them for their next chapters in life. We strive to prepare our students to be globally minded citizens who are change makers who can give back to their communities and work towards solutions for the greater good of others, just like Gale did with his time and influence. We are here tonight because though Gale was a great football player, more importantly, he was an outstanding citizen. Tonight, Central is proud to welcome his spirit back home to the nest to say well done and thank you. Gale's statue can now be a beacon of hope and an inspiration to motivate our young people. The same young people who will pack the stands tonight to cheer on their classmates, as well as the young people who take the field to play instruments, dance routines, and rush for yards, just like Gale did, will be reminded each time they pass the statue that they too can use their influence to better those around them. In closing, I would like to thank the Sayers family and to the Central High School Foundation and our alumni for making tonight's statue unveiling possible. Your ongoing support of the students, family, staff, and administration of Central High School is a blessing and a relationship that is truly appreciated and cherished. Thank you, and please enjoy the remainder of this beautiful evening.
Next, I'd like to bring up Charlie Gale, our sports editor for the Central Register.
Good evening. My name is Charlie Gale. I'm currently a junior at Central and I'll be a 2024 graduate. I'm the sports editor of the Register, a student broadcaster, a varsity debater, and an IB student. I'm a fourth generation Eagle. My father, Adam Yale, his mother, Janice Yale, and her mother, Roz Friedman, were all graduates of Omaha Central High School, along with numerous members of my extended family. I'd like to give a very quick shout out to my parents, Sarah and Adam, class of 1993 Yale, who are both here in attendance tonight. I would also like to extend a sincere thank you to all of you for attending this evening's Gale Sayers statue unveiling. I also want to thank the Central High School Foundation for allowing me to be a part of tonight's ceremony. I'm very lucky to be an Eagle. I came to Central for two main reasons. I wanted to go to a school that had an International Baccalaureate Diploma program, and I wanted to be at a school that was more diverse. In our student body, there's an extremely wide range of diversity, in all types of identity, in background, in opinion, in interest, and in all facets of what it means to be an Eagle. I wanted to go to a school that offered everyone a seat at the table, and Central was exactly that. Encountering this diversity is an essential experience for every single Central graduate. It teaches everyone to be more conscious and more aware of their subconscious and conscious biases, and forces everyone to be more open-minded to all ideas, identities, skills that will help us in the real world. Central is the original Omaha High School. The Register, our school newspaper, is older than the Omaha World Herald, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, and the Los Angeles Times. Its long and successful history. The school's been churning out greatness for 163 years. An all-time great NFL player and entrepreneur who advocated for and cared about his community, who would come back to Central twice per year to speak to classes and clubs. Multiple Nobel Prize laureates, a Medal of Honor recipient, numerous politicians, philanthropists, writers, athletes, musicians, actors, entrepreneurs. I could go on and on, but the bottom line is that Central fosters greatness, and we, the students, are incredibly lucky to be a part of this tradition. The examples that have been set by Mr. Sayers and all of the other graduates I've referred to are exemplary and integral parts of Central High School today, which is why it is so important to recognize the past achievements of our Eagles. Mr. Sayers is an inspiration to all of us, an inspiration to be in the part of a next generation of excellent graduates that Central turns loose into the real world. Central offers an infinite number of opportunities and options for all of its students, and these options manifest themselves in many different ways. We have some of the best academic choice in the state. Whether it's AP, IB, honors, or academic level classes, Central students are sure to graduate with a baseline that will take them far in life wherever they want to go. The extracurricular opportunities that Central has offered me have helped me decide where I want to go in life. Journalism, broadcasting, and debate were all activities and interests that I did not start until I was at Central, and I was lucky to be at Central when I did discover them. Central is a school that values academic, athletic, and social opportunity and ability equally. Mr. Gale Sayers and the Sayers family have done so much for Central as lifelong Eagles. On behalf of all the current and future Central students, I want to thank the Sayers family, Mr. Roger Sayers for speaking tonight, the Central High School Foundation and its alumni members, as well as Central High School staff and administration for being here to make Mr. Sayers' statue unveiling possible. Thank you for being here on this wonderful occasion to immortalize someone who embodies what exactly it means to be an Eagle. Thank you.
Bring up Littleton Alston from Alston Art Studio does the sculpture.
Well, it's wonderful to be here today to unveil my bronze sculpture of Gale Sayers. I have some prepared remarks, but I'll start those in a second. But as a sculptor, and many of you know the process of sculpture, hopefully you've experienced it in some manner, we oftentimes make not only drawings and sketches, but also a maquette. I would like to, at this moment, ask Roger Sayers to come up, please. Right over. Roger. This is for you. Oh. When I first learned about the chance to create a sculpture of Gale Sayers as an opportunity, I threw my hat in the ring. As a kid, growing up in D.C., Gale was one of my heroes. We watched Brian's song. We cried. We were part of that whole thing. He was a hero. And so I said to my wife, I think I'm going to compete on this. And we did. And we were so thrilled to be selected by the committee, to have the opportunity to bring my talents to recognizing one of America's great people of color and period in the history of the nation. I grew up watching him play professional football, of course, as a parent of Central High School students. My daughters and my son are here, and my wife Ann, and I thank them for all the work and tolerating me during this whole year of producing sculpture. For me, I just sort of disappeared into the studio and worked long, long hours. I never give up, and until I come away with what I think is the spirit of the person who I'm seeking to represent. I wanted very much to carry that spirit, to catch that spirit and likeness of Gale, as not only the amazing athlete, but as a hero of mine. I owe thanks to quite a few people, their assistance in the process. I was provided with photographs, ideas, and most importantly, feedback in creating the original sculpture. I appreciate all the support and input from Gale's brother, Roger, his daughter, Gale, his wife, Artie, who has been my wonderful go-to. She's been wonderful. I also want to thank other individuals who have put a great deal of time, dedication, and resources in the project. Michelle from the High School Foundation Central High. Mike Levins for stepping up and doing the hard work that's behind the scenes. And Audrey Buckley and Albert Macchietto, the architects. Can't do it without them. I'm enormously honored to have worked with all of you and have created a statue for Central High School for the students now and for long into the future. Thank you.
John and Gale and Roger to come over here, and Charlie, come on up. So you know, after we have unveiled the statue, this will conclude this program, but we hope that you stick around and go to our varsity football game tonight. This kicks off at 7 o'clock against Omaha Northwest.
Jaden, is this a good shot, or do you want me to zoom in? Okay.
Anna.
It's a really good shot, by the way.
Come on up, guys. Come on, come on. Here we go. Hold this string here. Everyone make a piece of it. Thank you very much. Are we ready? We're going to pull it this way. 1, 2, 3.
You guys all over the place.
I'm sure it'd be a nice coming.
Good to see you guys.
Alrighty, my mic is off. Thank you so much. You guys were amazing. I heard you so loud, it was crazy. I tell you what.